I've toured coastal villas, mountain cottages, and hilltop farmhouses all across Europe. But today's video is something else entirely. We're stepping into a dream that many of us secretly hold, owning a real French chateau, and doing it for less than the price of a one-bedroom apartment. In places like Miami, London, Quebec, or New York, I'm not talking about crumbling ruins. These are character-filled castles, many of them updated for modern living, set in tranquil French villages where life moves at a more human pace. Now, before we dive into the details of each chateau, let me give you 5 good reasons why buying a castle in France might just be the smartest move you'll ever make. First, you get the beauty of classic architecture with the comfort of modern amenities. Thick stone walls, antique fireplaces, carved staircases, and yes, updated plumbing, heating, kitchens, and insulation. You're not sacrificing comfort for charm, you're getting both. Second, it's about space. Pure, generous, glorious space. These homes come with high ceilings, multiple bedrooms, gardens, maybe even a vineyard or forest. And when you compare the square meters to what you'd get in a big city, there's no contest. Third, ownership comes with potential. You could turn it into a boutique hotel, a writer's retreat, a wellness center, or simply a place where your friends and family come to reconnect. These properties invite you to build not just a life, but a legacy. Fourth, the location advantage. Many of these castles are nestled in calm, safe villages surrounded by nature, yet still within reach of airports, rail lines, and bigger towns. It's a balanced lifestyle, connected but peaceful. And fifth, let's be honest, there's something magical about living in a castle. You wake up surrounded by history, stories, and a feeling that you've stepped into another era, but on your terms. So if you've ever dreamed of owning a piece of Europe's past and turning it into your present, stay with me. Because in this video, I'm going to show you 5 beautiful French castles, all priced under 500,000 euros that are ready for new owners, new ideas, and a brand new chapter. Let's start exploring. You don't just stumble upon Exoudun, you arrive with purpose. This tiny village in western France might look quiet at first glance, but it has layers. Winding lanes, ancient walls, and a dramatic position overlooking the Sèvres-Niortaise Valley give the place an almost theatrical stillness. Like a story waiting to be picked up mid-chapter, it's not just about medieval charm. Exoudun sits directly on the Camino de Santiago, and that makes it a magnet for thoughtful travelers, artists, and seekers. A walk here isn't just scenic, it's meaningful. And if you ever need a dash of city energy, Niort, Poitiers, Royan, and even La Rochelle are within easy reach. The climate here is a subtle blend of Atlantic softness and inland clarity. Summers are luminous and dry, while winters are cool but rarely biting. It's the kind of weather that keeps the countryside green, but the skies open. Property prices in this part of Sèvres are still incredibly reasonable. You're looking at an average of around 1,300 euros per square meter, which is a rare thing to say when you're talking about historic villages with views like these. And if you've ever fantasized about living in a castle, but thought it was either impractical or out of reach, this property will catch you off guard. Perched high on a rocky outcrop, the defensive chateau of Exoudun has stood its ground since the 15th and 16th centuries. It once held a strategic military role, then served as a municipal prison during the French Revolution. The towers were partially destroyed on the orders of Cardinal Richelieu, yet the soul of the fortress remains fully intact. Today, it offers something far more powerful than defense, a sense of presence. Inside the thick stone walls, you'll find 10 rooms, including 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, plus a set of character-rich outbuildings, a bread oven, and a stone well. That's nearly 500 square meters of usable space. Sitting on an 1,800 square meter plot, the roofs were redone about 15 years ago, and all major utilities, water, electricity, sewer connection, and high-speed fiber, are already in place or being installed in the village. And the price? 480,000 euros, which is around 515,000 US dollars and 413,000 British pounds. There's something magnetic about Puy-de-Dôme. Maybe it's the dramatic outline of the ancient volcanoes that dot the landscape, or the peaceful rhythm of life in its scattered stone villages. Either way, I realized this wasn't just another rural pocket of France, it's a world unto itself. Located in the Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes region, this area is known for the Chaîne des Puys, a UNESCO-listed chain of dormant volcanoes. But beyond its natural landmarks, it offers so much more. Medieval towns, thermal spas, Romanesque churches, and a surprising variety of outdoor activities. Hike in the morning, explore a lava-formed cave in the afternoon, and be back in time for cheese and wine at sunset. In terms of weather, it strikes a rare balance. Summers are warm, but never stifling, and winters are cold enough for snow without being harsh. The elevation gives it a crisp mountain air, which adds to the sense of space and freedom. Now, what about buying here? Good news, it's still very accessible. In most parts of Puy-de-Dôme, you can expect to pay around 1,400 euros per square meter. Remarkably reasonable for such a scenic and storied part of France. Let me introduce you to a castle that quietly captures everything this region has to offer. Set in the village of Giat, a place known locally for its monthly traditional market, this 3-story chateau offers a generous 335 square meters of living space, with 8 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. It's exactly the kind of property that can host a large family or a boutique bed and breakfast. On the ground floor, you walk through a large entrance hall, and you'll find a fitted kitchen, a living room with fireplace, a dining room tucked into a tower, and an office with a wood-burning stove. There's also a utility room with access to the cellar, which houses the oil central heating system. On the first floor, there's a mix of completed and partly finished rooms, including bedrooms with tower nooks, original chimneys, and a bright ensuite with twin sinks. The second floor continues the pattern: 4 more bedrooms, a playroom, and a modern bathroom. And it doesn't stop inside. The plot measures around 3,500 square meters. Add to that a garage and a former pig house that could easily be converted into more living space or guest rooms. For 310,000 euros, or about 332,000 US dollars, and 265,000 British pounds. When I arrived in Varennes-en-Argonne, I wasn't just stepping into a quiet village, I was stepping into a turning point in European history. This is where King Louis XVI was captured during his failed escape in 1791, a moment that changed the course of France forever. But today, Varennes is serene and inviting, surrounded by the green hills of the Meuse department, with the soft light of the Grand Est region filtering through centuries-old trees. For anyone who appreciates a slower pace with meaningful roots, Varennes is unexpectedly rich. You'll find war memorials, walking trails through the Argonne forest, and a sense of calm that's hard to find elsewhere. The weather here follows the classic northeastern French pattern: warm summers, snowy winters, and a long golden autumn. In terms of housing costs, the average price per square meter is around 1,200 euros, but historic properties in pristine condition, like these one I'm about to show you, are truly in a class of their own. Let's get to the centerpiece, a rare chateau built in 1905, quietly set just 3 hours from Paris. It's an elegant 3-level home with 10 rooms, 5 bedrooms, and a total living space of 330 square meters. From the outside, it feels majestic yet understated. Symmetrical lines, aged stone, and a setting that whispers instead of shouts. Step inside and you'll feel it instantly. Original oak floors, decorative moldings, gilded details, and high ceilings that give the entire space a sense of drama. Multiple fireplaces anchor the main rooms, and there's a fluid balance between preserved historical elements and smart modern updates. The heating system is a thoughtful combination of gas, wood-burning inserts, and solar-powered radiators, offering both comfort and energy-conscious living. Some rooms even have electric shutters and fiber optic internet, blending old-world grace with today's conveniences. The home also includes a wine cellar, a laundry room, and a rooftop terrace that's perfect for summer evenings or even cozy winter brunches. It's the kind of place where every corner has a story, but there's still room for your own. This property is ideal for someone who wants more than just a beautiful space. It's for someone who values cultural depth, architectural integrity, and the possibility of turning a residence into a legacy. The asking price is 299,999 euros, which is roughly 321,000 US dollars, or 257,000 British pounds. What first struck me about Châteauponsac wasn't just the charm of its medieval streets, or the quiet dignity of its stone buildings. It was the way the whole town feels gently suspended between past and present. Located in the Haute-Vienne department of central France, this town offers an extraordinary quality of life. Surrounded by rivers, walking paths, and uninterrupted greenery, it's a place where life flows at its own rhythm. Without losing connection to the essentials, Châteauponsac isn't loud about its beauty. It lets it unfold slowly. The climate is typically temperate oceanic, with cool winters, warm summers, and just enough rain to keep the countryside green without disrupting daily life. It's the kind of weather that invites you to open your windows in spring and take long walks in autumn. Real estate here remains surprisingly accessible. Average prices hover around 1,200 euros per square meter. Average prices hover around 1,200 euros per square meter. Now let me tell you about a property that's unlike anything you've likely seen. In the heart of town, you'll find the east wing of Le Château, a historic residence built in 1720 during the extravagant Rococo period. It has seen revolutions, reinventions, and refinements. And today, it stands as a meticulously preserved estate with roughly 275 square meters of living space and a 600 square meter plot. The paneled lounge still holds original tapestries, and each room has been thoughtfully modernized while honoring the building's character. You'll find a modern kitchen, a dining room, and even a conservatory that seems to glow at sunrise. The first floor is cleverly designed: a bedroom suite, a guest lounge complete with bar, and a library lined with custom woodwork. Upstairs, the magic continues. 2 more bedrooms, one tucked into the tower with panoramic views, and a private apartment ideal for guests, rentals, or extended stays. Additional highlights include 4 bathrooms, a 2-story garage with conversion potential, a walled garden, and a cobbled courtyard straight out of a French novel. The price is 299,600 euros, or approximately 321,000 US dollars and 256,000 British pounds. Tucked away in the Luberon foothills, Ongles is one of those rare villages where silence feels like luxury and the scent of lavender still drifts through the air. Here, in this untouched part of the Alpes de Haute-Provence, time seems to have a softer rhythm. The nearby town of Forcalquier adds just enough life, with its Provençal markets, artisans, and cafes spilling onto cobblestone lanes. If you're into hiking, this place is a dream. You're close to the UNESCO-protected Loire Mountain, and several trails that weave between medieval ruins and breathtaking panoramic views. The climate? Classic southern France. Long, dry summers and crisp, clear winters. You'll get around 280 sunny days per year, making outdoor living not just possible, but practically mandatory. In terms of real estate, prices in the Ongles area hover around 2,800 euros per square meter, though that number can stretch a bit for historic properties with architectural significance or panoramic exposure. Still, compared to urban centers, you're stepping into a very different price-to-value ratio. Now, let's talk about what brought me here in the first place. A historic chateau sitting right in the heart of Ongles. This property spans 170 square meters and has been lovingly preserved to retain its soul. We're talking 7 rooms in total, 5 spacious bedrooms, and a beautifully aged stone facade made from pink Bannon stone, a local treasure in its own right. Inside, the atmosphere is warm and grand without being overwhelming. There's a wide staircase at the center of the home, ceilings over 4 meters high, and generous natural light throughout. The main floor opens into a large living room with a wood-burning fireplace and double glass doors that lead to a 19 square meter south-facing terrace, ideal for long lunches or evening wine with views over the hills. The kitchen is functional and bright, and there's a separate toilet and shower room right on that level. Upstairs, you'll find more sleeping quarters, a second sitting room, and a vintage-style bathroom with a clawfoot tub placed under a central window. Details like custom-made wooden double glazing, original stone elements, and carefully maintained antique features give this home rare character. It also includes a garage, wine cellar, and 10 meters of private land. Just enough to grow herbs, hang a hammock, or sip your morning coffee outdoors. Heating is electric, with an inertia system that preserves warmth while keeping energy use efficient. All of this is on the market for 279,000 euros. That's about 299,000 US dollars, or 239,000 British pounds. So, after visiting these 5 extraordinary chateaux, I hope you're starting to see what I see. France isn't just a beautiful country. It's a lifestyle upgrade hiding in plain sight. For those wondering why France, let me leave you with a few thoughts. First, it's incredibly well connected. Whether you want to hop on a train to Paris, catch a budget flight across Europe, or drive through wine country, you're never far from anywhere. Second, the healthcare system here is world-class and surprisingly affordable. That alone is a game changer for many expats. Third, there's the diversity of the landscape. From beaches to mountains, quiet villages to buzzing cities, France gives you options, and plenty of them. And the benefits? You get a slower, richer pace of life, where the focus shifts from deadlines to dinners. You tap into a culture that truly values art, beauty, and heritage, and that respect shows in every corner of these properties. And maybe best of all, you stop dreaming about Europe and actually start living it. If you want more details on any of the properties you've seen in this video, you'll find all the links and contact info down in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to Expat Home Opportunities. You'll be the first to know when I find rare and exciting real estate across Europe that could truly change your life. Thanks for watching, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you in France.